calling you a radical, so I want to give a call out to these guys because I know them all personally and I like them. They're some of my favorite people. And Mark Collins, Beast Bailey, Eddie Heckard. This says so much about. Well, this is such an incredible story. And I think that the Big Sky needs to really embrace this. The whole NIL deal, the NIL money is going to fucking completely ruin fucking all college athletics. It already has. You think about the University of Utah. They were way better until they went to the NIL money. You know, BYU giving $7 million to a player or $9 million or $3 million. I mean, it's obscene. So I don't know why the Big Sky does not embrace this. As you know, I call Big Sky football the best Cooper Cup secret in all of sport. You know, we're talking the Big Sky Conference itself. The tournament, well, the tournament is what it is and dominated by that. I can't believe that somebody hasn't tipped them over, but I'm talking the conference itself, old school, football. This conference is so Puritan, so grassroots. So let's talk about this, you know. And I really believe that the Big Sky needs to embrace this in a big way. You know, because obviously they're not going to be able to compete in NIL money, and why the fuck would they want to? And I hope to God that the Big Sky teams don't try to go there. This is important because I know Mark Collins very personally. He's one of my favorite people ever. And that dude's mind is in the right place. So he signed a real good contract in the Canadian Football League with Winnipeg. He's going to play there. Eddie Heckard. Now, I always go back to that game right here on this field. Cam Scadaboo put the end to the Jay Hill era right here. He's the guy that put the end to it. The incredible Abraham Williams ran his 5th kickoff back that year for a touchdown. Willie Gauld on Balco. Rashid Shaheed on, well, not on Balco. Whatever it is, he's just a natural. His 4th for over 100 yards in his freshman year in a single season. They got to get the ball back. They got to stop Sac State. They got the packed in. Scadaboo for 6. Scadaboo in the rain. That was the end of this. Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, I keep saying I'm going to write a book about it. Snowball's Chance in Hill, and I'm going to. But I want you to think about this. This is on the same team, the same group. And I don't know why Big Sky Football does not embrace this big time. These are players nobody wants. Nobody wanted any of them. Nobody, including Rashid Shaheed, including Teron Johnson, the highest paid nickelback in the history of the NFL, including Jonah Williams, who's with the Saints, including Opeta. I was at Pro Day when Opeta. He broke the freaking 225 record, I think, by 8 or 9 reps in the history of the... Now, Kamari Bailey, who I call the Beast, who I know very well, he was the number 2 pick overall in the global Canadian Football League draft this week. Number 2 pick. Now, do I believe that he'll play in Canada? No. I mean, I know him. I had a conversation with him just recently. You know, and he calls me hey, crazy guy. I says, coming from you, that's a hell of a compliment. Ooh, is that one? Ooh, that's... Talk about a natural talent. He's from Birmingham, England, so is Alex too. I mean, what a mentality. But the number 2 pick, I think he's going to go the same route the rest of these guys went, including Winston Reed, who's playing with the Browns. It's going to be walk-ons. It's going to be invite to the practice squad. And I know for a fact that the Beast Bailey I call him, he has a really good agent. Me and him had a conversation about this recently. Well, Pro Day, the day before Pro Day. Now, I didn't go to Pro Day, 7 o'clock in the morning, my old ass, but I usually always go. But Gavin went. Gavin's a genius, by the way. I love that kid. And he says it was unbelievable, his Pro Day. I want you to think about this. Rashid Shaheed is the most underpaid, underrated player in the NFL. I personally believe he'll have one of these giant years, get the big contract, and he's going to just go on. I think he'll, at some day, I really believe he'll be a Hall of Famer. I honestly do. You know, granted, if the health stays, which I think it will. Teron Johnson was a zero-star recruit. He's the highest paid nickelback in the history of the NFL. Now, these guys are all on the same fucking team. Teron Johnson's story absolutely, well, it blows my mind. I can't even. I remember we were sitting right there. Me and, this is before they redid the thing. Me and my grandson, I'm full of cancer. KWCR, Manny Gonzalez was like, Kev, you got to do the play. Okay. They were horrid. This team was horrid. And I mean horrid. I'm full of fucking cancer. I'm dying of cancer. I got my grandson, little guy with me, who, by the way, is one phenomenal freaking athlete. Phenomenal. Me and him had this conversation yesterday about Rashid. And, he got to know Rashid. Rashid would actually take the time and talk to this guy. He's built like him. He runs. I mean, he's something else. So, these are the type of players. I don't know why the Big Sky should be out. We don't want your NIL fucking guys. We want grass. And I'm all for giving players money, but they don't need a whole bunch of money at the college level. And they all should get the exact same amount. Every one of them should get the same amount. The whole NIL, I can't stand it. I call it the best Cooper Cup secret in all of sport. Okay, think about this. Mark Collins gets the big contract. Eddie Heckard. Eddie Heckard was in that game, and Eddie Heckard don't sign shit. Those two little grandsons of mine, maniacs, running around in that game with their shoes off, and that was the end of the J here. Cam Scadaboo put the end to it. I remember telling these coaches, all of them, earlier that month, these next two games will define Weber State football for the next 10 years. You think? Yeah. They beat Montana, lost to that great Scat. They couldn't stop Scadaboo. Scadaboo for 6. Scadaboo for 4. Scadaboo, but they knew he was coming, but he's that strong. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player with the Giants. And so, this is the type of player the Big Sky should be promoting. As again, I call it the best Cooper Cup. Big Sky football is something else. Now, I'm going to root for the Lobos this year, of course, because Abraham Williams is there. Bankston is there. Frankie Edwards, Abraham Williams is an NFL guy. I guarantee you. He's an NFL. He's already got the fucking recipe. Right there in the gym, he hadn't even run. Hadn't even trained for it. Ran the fastest 60-yard dash in the Swenson in fucking 60 years. He's just one of those. West High School local. These are guys nobody wanted. So you're talking Rashid Shaheed, Teron Johnson, Jonah Williams, Opeta, local, Winston Reed, Mark Collins, Eddie Heckard, off the same team. Professional football players. Teron Johnson's got a chance at the Hall of Fame. Well, so does Rashid Shaheed, I think. We'll see how it all plays out. But, so, now Bailey went via Fresno, Idaho here, but he's a raw talent. I think he'll go the same route as Winston Reed. I think he's an NFL guy. He's just one of those natural, God-gifted. Oof. But Mark Collins, that's different. Mark Collins worked at it. Really well. Eddie Heckard, oh my God. My grandsons, I remember, they had this big billboard, one of them in his bedroom right over here. And I says, where the hell did you get this? Whatever. And that's not even mentioned, the brothers from right here, South Ogden, the Atagi brothers. That's not even mentioned the great Adam Rodriguez, same team. They're playing for the USFL, tearing it up. These are all the same fucking team. We're talking 15 fucking players. At this level. Got this, I don't know where they stole this billboard. They got it somewhere. Fucking. What the fuck? I looked at the signatures on it. There's Eddie Heckard, Mark Collins. I said, Heckard don't sign shit. I said, how'd you get that? He says, Noah Mady. Because they both play. My grandsons, well, they don't play football anymore here. They played for the same Little League football that they played for right here. In the Beltos. So, call out to Mark Collins, who's one of my favorite people ever. That dude has worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. Now, of course, Jay Hill took Mark Collins, and he took Heckard with him at BYU. And talk about turn a football program around. Sadaki was going to get fired. He was nothing there. He was nothing there. He was, I mean, he was definitely on the ropes before. Who turned that program? Jay Hill. You know how shitty this program was when Jay Hill took it over? Fucking beyond horrible. And by the way, the best player that never got picked up and played in pro out of any of them, who could have been better than all of them put together, well, not put together, is Josh Davis. But that death turf, I mean, these are players no one wanted. That's what the big sky should be saying. Hey, go ahead. You go get your fucking money. Bling, bling. No, we're a Puritan sport. We're organic. We're rough. We're guys that don't want to compete, want to do it at the grassroots level the old school way. We're old school. We're old school football. We're not going to give you a bunch of fucking bling, bling fucking money. You know, come here, compete, fucking do your thing, and fucking grow as a young person like you're supposed to in the college experience. That's what we've got to advertise here. I mean, the whole entire big sky. It's such an incredible point. Now, Tommy got drafted, I saw. That's good. I like him, but... So, call out to Mark Collins. One of my favorite ever. Eddie Heckard. So, he signed with the Art Toronto. Got a big contract, good one. So did... He signed, he's inked up. Mark Collins. Now, well, can they come from the CFL to the NFL? Well, one of my favorite players of all time did it. How good was he? Flutie Flakes, Doug Flutie, one of my favorite players. Nobody wanted him. Look what he did in Toronto. Look what he did in Canada, and then came here, and one of the biggest, dumbest mistakes. And by the way, the Dyson boys were on that field that day. The miracle would have never happened. Yeah, he's not coaching here anymore. He's getting his son ready. Andre Dyson. That miracle would never happen with the Dyson from here. They played at the University of Utah with Jay Hill. If they wouldn't have benched freaking his Big Johnson gave up the little Flutie. Fuck, love Doug Flutie. So, good luck to you guys, man. And like I said, it's more than football. It's the experience. Live like a 19-year-old when you're 19. Live like a 20-year-old when you're 20. I tell my grandsons, live like you're 14 when you're 14. Live like you're 20 when you're 20. You're a college athlete. Do your thing, man. You don't need to be a fucking multi-millionaire at 18, 19, 20. It will ruin your fucking life. You know, 22, 23, Rashid, he's got all the money. Busted. So, busted. Your dumpsters are all full. Busted. Why is Rashid Sheet got that? Rashid Sheet, me and my grandson was talking about this yesterday because he's asking me, curious about Rashid. As he's got 2 NFL records over a 3-year period in the history of the NFL right now. Catches per pass. He never drops back. He never dropped a fucking pass here. Ever. Yards per catch. We're talking in the history of the fucking NFL. The new Bob Hayes. Like, watch Abraham Williams down at New Mexico. He'll play in the NFL. You know, I'm telling you, he's going to play in the fucking NFL. I mean, he's got the potential to be a first-round pick. And it really doesn't matter where you get picked. Where did TJ go? He got drafted. The only reason, you know, there was a connection here with the Bills, and the Bills were that bad. You know, I think he went, 17th, something like that. It's the highest paid nickelback in the history of the NFL. Think about his fucking story. My God. This team was they won one game that year. One fucking game. And by the way, I tell everybody, you know why these guys are so disciplined and good? See that W up there? See those guys walking on there? You miss a block or fucking miss a tackle here, they make you run that on that fucking W. Now we should be advertising. Think about this. This is a group of 10, 15 fucking players off one team. playing professional football at a fucking high level that no one wanted. We're talking one scholarship in the country. Rashid Shaheed, Teron Johnson, Jonah Williams. One in the country. Opeta. Abraham Williams will be. Fucking Adam Rodriguez. Fucking Noah Tagi. Eddie Hackard. Mark Collins. Nobody wanted him. And by the way, Bailey, like I said, mark my words on this guy. If somebody can get him in control, because he's, woo, that's a hot one, man. Woo, that one's freaking downright dangerous. I've never seen a physical specimen, an athlete like this. Never. You know, they give him control, he'll play in the NFL. I think he'll go the route is Winston. He's got a good agent. So, call out to Mark Collins. I'm a football guy right here. By the way, Jimmy Martin's helping coach here now, which I think is going to help tremendously. And there's a lot of talent on this fucking team right now. Young Noah, you know, his dad, where did he go? Where did he go in the draft? The Mississippi State quarterback. He was projected in 9th. He ain't big. He's local. He's from here. I mean, he used to throw the ball to Noah. Silent J. His dad, their coach. Fucking, I mean, how many guys has he got in the NFL? High school. This is the new Utah. Is the new Texas. I'm here to tell you. We got a player named Godley here. Ooh, watch out for him this year. He's young. You know, but let's not let this NIL money fucking ruin us. I mean, the Big Sky should really be using this. As I call it, the best cup. Cooper Kupp. You know what Cooper Kupp was? Nobody wanted him. He went to his local fucking school. He grew up there, Eastern. Fuck, you know what he did? Oh, that's when I knew Teron Johnson was all that. That game up there that he caught the last pass and beat him 14-13. I mean, the guy would score 5 touchdowns a fucking game. I just super MVP. Played in the Big Sky. You know, so we should be advertising this. Good luck to love Mark Collins. One of my favorite people ever. You know, so many of these guys are so high quality. So, that's where I'll tag it. You know, he signed a contract. So did Heckard, Eddie. You know, I think Scadaboo is going to be freaking awesome. I think it's perfect for him at the Giants. Like I said, you get in trouble. They make you see those guys running that. One of them missed a tackle, and the other one forgot 2 plays. Weber State football is all that. Now, I was all pissed. The hire, Mickey, whatever, but I got the fuck over it. I like this coaching staff they have this year a lot. By the way, my little cousin, nephew, gets home off his Mormon mission in June. You want to see a beast. Wait till you see this guy. Defensive Player of the Year in the city. He's going to play linebacker here. Christian. And so we should be advertising this. Somebody should be all over this. You know, I don't get paid. I don't do anything. You know, you should promote the hell out of this. I mean, talk about a secret fucking gem, Big Sky football, and think about what Jay Hill was able to do. Well, fuck like what he did at BYU, but will the money ruin Jay Hill? Well, I've always thought Jay Hill will end up in the NFL. I always felt like he'd be a fucking... We were talking about that, me and Noah's old man, Eric. I really think Jay Hill's a fucking NFL guy if he wants to be, but fuck, we always got so much fucking money throwing it around. You know, and we'll see. But most beautiful stadium in the world. You should see this stadium. I sit up there on this side. I don't sit with the yuppie ass fucks over here. On this side, that's where I've been sitting in there since early 60s. So, best cup secret in sport, Big Sky football. What a story. I got to get on this book. I got to write this. I call it A Snowball's Chance in Hill, and I'll tell you why. This program was so dirty, so fucking corrupt. Fuck. The NCAA was going to give the death sentence. I mean, sex for fucking tests. I mean, they were, the Jody Sears, oh, fuck. I mean, it was just ugly. Money fucking ripped off. And I worked for Bruce Hanley. Bruce Hanley was an All-American football player here from Ogden High. In fact, my grandson lives in this house that Bruce freaking grew up. And the only reason I know that is I talked to a guy. I went to the football game the other day, and over at Ogden High, and he was telling me that's that. And I said, well, my grandson lives in the house. He said, God, what's the odds? So, Bruce, I work for him in the #1 school business in the country. I work for him. He was so pissed at this corruption. And remember, this is an All-American football player who played here. By the way, I have the poster, the original board, it's thick, from when the day the stadium opened. I have it. I told him I'll trade you a fucking one of these Jeeps you're throwing around giving everybody one, but I don't trust him with anything around here. So he says, and remember, we're the #1 school business in the United States, who now is under investigation by the FBI for selling safe secrets to China from First Doors. That scumbag Warren Buffett stole it. I got railroaded. I'm the new Fawn McKay Brody. I'm the new Walt Masaka here. Who's those? Look them up. So Bruce says, we got to kill this thing. It's bleeding so much fucking money, whatever. So he was going to bring in men's soccer here. I was one of his guys that worked for him. We'd at the gate doing the due diligence. He was interviewed right there, by Sports Illustrated. I'm standing right next to him. And he says, what's the odds? By the way, the one with the glasses, right there, he's from Wyoming. He ran a 4-minute mile here. You know what the elevation of this stadium is? It's very close to a mile high. And this ain't Rocky Mountain High. This ain't fucking Colorado. This is Ogden, Utah. He ran, and that's not even his best distance. By the way, Noah ran the 4x100. Steve Young's daughter took second in the high jump right there. Noah's son ran the 4x100 and smoked him. You know, and so he didn't have to. So Bruce Hanley. Sports Illustrated. What's the chances of turning this bleeding money, corrupt football program around? This is Sports Illustrated, 1994. Bruce Hanley, a snowball's chance in hell. I talked to Jay and his wife. I said, you're out of your fucking mind taking this thing. It's so fucking dirty. It's so fucking corrupt. I mean, you know how horrible. And his first guy that he brought in, a guy nobody wanted named Toronto Johnson. They won one fucking home game the whole year. I was at that game. Grandson crawling onto the fucking track. The cheerleaders had to watch him. Yeah, him with the sunglasses, and he runs with those glasses on. World-class steeplechaser. World-class. Big time. Ran a 4-minute fucking mile here at 5,000 feet. And that's not his distance. So, I call Jay Hill a snowball's chance in Hill. Now, whatever. He is what he is. You know, he's a politically fucking correct yuppity millionaire fuck now. It's okay with me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not into that type of guys. Go down to BYU and get in the fucking clique. I don't want to be in that fucking clique. And that's why we should be promoting this. We don't want those fucking kind of players. This is organic, old school, grassroots, old school football. And I'm telling you, why do you think the ratings are so high and then we have a real fucking playoff? And, you know, you're seeing them go to that. And our money's going to fucking totally, well, I think it already has. Ruining fucking football. And I hope that God, that the Big Sky doesn't fucking try to go there. Like I said, see those two guys walking up there? They missed a tackle, one of them. The other forgot his playbook. So, call out to Mark Collins. Best cup secret in football. Let's keep it fucking organic. Keep Big Sky football pure. Keep it a Puritan. You know, it's a Puritan sport here. We're the last. I'm telling you. We're the last conference on fucking in the United States. The last conference in the United States. Pure, real football. The Big Sky. Let's keep it that way. Fuck their NI money. You can have it. They can have those type of guys. Those millionaires, you give a fucking 19, 20-year-old, fucking 18-year-old millionaires, you're going to do nothing but ruin their fucking lives. Stand tuned.